Delicate getting the first pick. Oh, get three, Pyro, get three with the
Blade Kid putting on a clinic. 14 down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, good day, good whenever you end up watching this VOD here, Overwatch fans. Welcome here to Week 6, the start of Stage 2 in our Overwatch Tranquility community in the Harmony tier. We have a matchup tonight from Doodles, the 4-1 Giants against Royals, both of these coming out of ARM Pool A here in the Harmony tier. They had a great Stage 1. They're going to be coming in guns a-blazing here into Stage 2, trying to continue on this streak as just a couple of games left here before we start to get to the playoffs. So everything on the line here for both teams, trying to get the highest seeding possible, and we're going to see if they're able to do so tonight. My name is Booth. I am doing production and play-by-play tonight, joined by my friend Needle on Analyst. Needle, what are you looking forward to see tonight out of Doodles and Royals?
Forward to seeing Doodles. You know, they in week 3 they took down my old team, my season 3 team, the Holy Jalapenos. I was pretty surprised. You know, I wasn't that high on Doodles, but they took them out. But then they took a loss to Maelstrom, but I was a bit confused by that one. But then they took a win versus Pantheon, who is shown to be a pretty good team in Harmony. So I think Doodles definitely have a pretty respectable record, as well as Royals. You know, going 4-1. Their only loss to Flashbacks, who I think is pretty commonly viewed as like either the best or second best. You know, if you want to rate them above Modify, that's up to you. But, you know, both teams, I think they're pretty good. They're in Pool A for a reason, and I'm really excited to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Both teams running generally small rosters compared to what you normally see in the Harmony tier, both with 7 players. Doodles coming in at 2649, just 1 SR under the cap there, if you want to run us through their rosters for tonight.
Yeah, Doodles, their captain is a DPS player named Potato. They've got 2 tanks. They've got Blaine and Game, as well as Scar. They have another DPS named Rafa, and 2 supports, Tomato and Bagel Friend, both of them hovering around the mid-plat, low gold range. And they have a flex player who's locked in at 2900 named Sofa. So, you know, I think if Doodles ever run into any problems, that's probably their guy that they're going to turn to. You know, he's 2900, not locked in. He's got him covered whenever they'll run into any problems from Royals here, I imagine.
That's right, and Royal is going to be at 2600 SR tonight with 7 players as well, and a couple of names there that are definitely known throughout Trank a little bit from previous seasons.
Oh yeah, like Sips T from Comets last season. He looked amazing on the off tank.
My goodness.
Oh yeah, he was great on Comets. You know, despite Comets, you know, they had a pretty good Stage 1 last season. Not exactly the best Stage 2 or playoffs performance,
not
but
at all.
Yeah, bit unfortunate. But Sips T, he's locked in at 2950. I imagine he's hit Diamond by now. But yeah, he's a really good off-tank player. You've got some other players who I'm not entirely familiar with. They have Reindeer on DPS, as well as Cheese Mode and Bob Builder. I believe they also have GLD for this match. And they have 2 supports, H Scrambles and Omi, both of them hovering around the mid-plat range. And while they have Sipsty, who's pretty high SR on tank, at least at lock-in, their main tank Tourney is a bit on the lower side. He's mid gold, but you know, I don't really think that's a problem. This was lock-in was a bit of a while ago, so these players definitely could have improved, and they probably have, because Royals are 4-1 for a reason.
That's right. A couple of impressive wins. I mean, as you mentioned, the Flashbacks loss, that's pretty understandable, but I mean, 3 of their games, 4-0s, a 3-1 against Miami, yikes, so only really dropped 1 map up until that Flashbacks game, so gonna have a lot showing for them, and they're gonna try to show us that here tonight on Busan as our opening map. And of course we have the new maps coming in for this stage. No Lijiang Tower for first map of every single game anymore, which, you know, I love Lijiang, but it gets a little tired watching that every single week, so not terribly upset by that. This is always an interesting map. I feel like it's one of my favorites, just due to kind of the versatility you can see out of teams. You see different compositions coming through. I always liked when I was the off-tank player on Busan because I knew I'd be able to play at least a couple of different heroes. I wasn't necessarily always locked into one specific one hero the whole time.
Yeah, I like watching Busan. I don't particularly like playing Busan. I think it's a very stressful map, or at least for me as a support player. You know, but there's definitely a lot of variance. You know, whenever I was casting Lijiang in the last stage, I'm always saying, you know, there's a different meta on every point here. And I think the same thing can pretty much be said for Busan, but at the same time, you know, a lot of Overwatch League teams, they've been playing this Reaper Somber Brawl comp, and I imagine that's what we're going to see. This is Harmony tier, but I think the upper Harmony tier teams still like to commit to what is played in Overwatch League.
It is, and we're going to see that Winston dive coming out on both sides here. Sipsty is going to be on that Diva compared to Blame Game here on the Wrecking Ball, and you can see the Wrecking Ball already trying to take some space forward, to kind of be holding out in main here, as you're seeing Lucio's daddy trying to get the picks there on the Widowmaker, putting pressure down onto the DPS, not able to get any of the picks yet with it. But the positioning still going to be there for them. They're going to have to apply a lot of the dive up forward. Both the tanks going forward. They are able to take down the Widowmaker now. And as the control point unlocks, Royal's going to be able to capture it here first just from the positioning they have.
Yeah, they just took so much space initially, and nice kill there by Reindeer. It's so difficult for Doodles to take space there. They've got double sniper. They don't have a Lucio. They can't really take that brawly fight. And now we get to see some swaps. They're on Far now. I think that'll definitely be pretty effective against no hit scan on the side of Royals, but I guess we'll see. They still don't have a monkey, and I think a monkey's pretty important for the dive comp, especially for following up on the Far's damage, but we'll see how it works out for them.
That was an interesting switch there over into the Diva now instead. Normally you end up seeing that monkey combo there with it, but nevertheless, they're going to be initiating here, and the Diva going to be taking some of that high ground. Bagel Friend going to be popping that Valkyrie now, trying to keep some of the sustain up, but Lucio's daddy picking up 2 picks now. Reindeer and Choo Choo going down. No damage left now on the side of Royals, and as they push over to point now, you see the mines coming out here from Blame Game to take up some more space, but the Nano Boost also being invested here, but oh no! HS Scrambles goes down while using the B drop. Lucio's daddy coming in clutch for their team here on the retake, and with 50% now, looking to be in pretty good shape with some ultimates coming back online for them.
Yeah, Lucio is daddy, showing the enemy Lucio who their daddy is right there, killing him while in the sound barrier animation. That was amazing. But yeah, you know, a sound barrier was invested for Royals, but they did get a lot of ultimates out from Doodles. Doodles did have to spend the Nano Boost, the Valkyrie, but now they have the Barrage online, and we do see a hit scan swap from Choo Choo. I'm liking that one, but it's gonna be a bit awkward for Choo Choo to play Ashe in this comp. There's not really anyone who can support him. His team wants to take a brawl while he wants to play more pokey. I think it's gonna be a bit weird, but it is a good power counter.
It is, and now the bomb coming in from Tips T and takes out the Pharah. Choo Choo taking out the Mercy. Now no Sky support available here for the Doodles. Royals gonna just push into point with that and get a very clean take there with just 1 ultimate use. That is how you retake a point quickly and with little, but Doodles didn't have to invest too much in that fight before it was lost, so they have a lot available for this retake.
Yeah, they definitely do, and I think that's going to work out really well for them here. If they can take the point this fight, and probably hold down the point the next fight as well if they save some of their ultimates, but I think Bob and Barrage are going to be really good engagement ult here for Doodles.
And Reindeer going to try to fall in there with Death Blossom, not able to pick any up. Choo Choo, though, does take out the Pharah before the ultimate come online. No res being used just yet. They're going to let the respawn come through, and 84%. Gonna be on the clock here. Royals sitting pretty good. They're gonna throw the bomb in from Doodles now, trying to go through, but a great bubble coming out from Tarini there on the Winston, able to block it, and now 91%. Doodles scrambling to the point to try to go through. Bob's going to touch for them, but the fight's still going on here as Choke. And, oh, Blue Blitz actually there. The Bob taking out Choo Choo. Not able to get enough ult charge up there to match the Bob. And the Primal Rage there coming out from Terrain. Able to pick up a few. Lucio's daddy throws him in, but not enough. They're not able to come back to point. Bagel Friend went off for just a second, but enough people weren't even going to be there probably anyway for Royals to take care of it. And that first point going decidedly over to the side of Royals.
Yeah, I think that wasn't a bad showing from Doodles by any means, but Royals, they were just so incredibly aggressive, and their comp is so much better than what the Doodles had for holding on the defense there. Doodles, they tried to hold close with the Pharah and the Ashe on their defense, and they just got picked early, and they lost. So I'm hoping we're going to see a composition switch here from Doodles, but I would also hope that they commit to something. Their tank line was swapping pretty constantly that whole round. I'm hoping they just stick to 2 tanks so that they don't fall back in the ultimate economy this round.
Yeah, we're going to see the Rein Zarya on Doodles to start out with here. They're going still with that dive composition over on the side of Royals. They're running that Somber Reaper composition, so not going to be tons of hit scan. Lucio's daddy going to have a lot of range here on that Ashe. Blue Bit's on the Reaper. They're making the switch over to Maxwell and Lucio as well, so we're going to see matching Lucios out of both sides, but Royals already going to be set up on the point here. You already see Choo Choo putting in work there on the Somber. Has to recall almost immediately, but the Rein Zarya taking a little head rate so far. Lucio's daddy there getting the pick there onto Omi. No more main support left for Royals, and with that happening, the main tank gonna fall in return, and the picks coming through there for Doodles. Even though they came to point kind of late, they kind of stuck together there a little bit better as that group and are gonna get this first take.
Yeah, I really like the Reinhardt comps on this map. You know, I think Winston definitely a very effective tank in this current meta, but Reinhardt at the same time, he just gets so much value, especially in Harmony tier. Reinhardt's a really good pick, and now we're gonna see Royals, they're not going to opt into the Reinhardt mirror. I like that swap, but I think that they're going to be maybe at a bit of a disadvantage with Sipsy on Diva. Match, hypothetically, has some energy here already from the last fight, and that just might snowball Doodles into winning this fight as well.
Yeah, they're going to see the bubbles already going through. The bubble, I mean, the shield breaking pretty early there from Blending Game, but getting close to that shatter up 86%. The beat from Maxwell coming in to keep this sustain just going, and they're going to keep holding this room. There's the shatter going out, not able to pick any up, but the charge takes care of it for them, does end up falling in the end for it, so no main tanks left either way, and no bomb there from Sips T, the shield not to protect. 2 go down, and now the picks for Royal is going to come through off of the Sips T Diva. That right there is a Season 4 kind of flashback, so it seems.
That was such a heads-up play from Sips T. His Rein may have gone down, and, you know, as a support player, you know, I don't have the best mind for tank. You know, I would think that he'd want to stay in the front line. You know, he's the only tank remaining, but he's like, wait, they're pushing in so far, I can just bomb. And then he just kills 2. That was amazing. But now we can see Doodles. They still have a lot of ultimates for their recontest here. I definitely think they could make a good push.
They do. They got to watch out for this EMP, though, from Choo Choo. It's going to be up, and now they're going to throw out the grab, landing just here on the Reinhardt. You see Reindeer using that Death Blossom in the backline. Not able to find tons. Lucio's daddy picking up 2 again for Doodles. This Ashe being so strong. I think that's the second time they've had the opening picks in these fights, and although the EMP was available for Royals, not able to get it off before the fight broke out, and Doodles going to get the retake here, and now it's going to be ticking up towards 50% here before this next engagement.
Yeah, Doodles are looking significantly better when they have the Lucio on their side. They're pushing in, they're taking the aggressive fights that Royals wants to take, and now we can see Choo Choo caught out. He still has the EMP. He really needs to look for that EMP this fight. It could definitely be a fight winner, but if we see another aggressive engagement from Doodles, that might just be the map.
Oh, and the EMP Shatter combination picked up for the Shatter with the rest, and a very, very quick fight win there. The Lucio and Ashe going to try to stall as best they can on point, but to no prevail. Royals, another quick win there. 2 ultimates used, but 2 ultimates they've been sitting on for a little bit, so going to be climbing up here, trying to get some more up. They're going to have a few for this next fight, but Doodles have a lot of their own.
Yeah, I like that play from Royals there. The early EMP Shadow was really good. But Doodles, like you said, they still have a lot of ultimates. They didn't commit any last fight, so they're looking really good for a recontest here.
It is. The Bob going to be thrown on point there from Lucio's daddy. Not able to get tons of picks yet. Double ultimates now coming out with the bomb from Sipsty and the Moira ultimate. Now the Lucio be double support out actually on the side of Royals. Tracer still ends up falling in the end. The return beat there from Maxwell on the side of the Doodles. Not able to catch tons yet. Oh, the Shatter going through. ends up getting stunned out of it, but it doesn't matter because Blue Bits picking up 4 in the back for them, and Royals gonna get the retake, 77%, and it's really gonna be last fight territory now for Royals coming in here.
Yeah, that was really well played by Doodles. They used beat second, and the Reaper was able to push in on that, get forward the Death Blossom. That was a great play by Doodles, but they don't have any ultimates besides maybe a Coalescence and almost a Graviton Surge to hold on to this. I definitely think if we get to see an early pick, maybe on this Lucia right here, this could be a recontestable for the Royals.
It is. The Reinhardt getting so terribly low there. Ends up falling, not even the Shatter going through, and oh my goodness, now Doodles in a very good position as Maxwell gets the boop kill there on the opposing Lucio. The grab not able to come out from Sipsky, only at 29% before dying at the end, and the contest gonna have to be there from Royals. Lucio's daddy, though, getting that dynamite kill there onto Omi, and it's just Stall here that has to come through for the Doodles. I mean, for the Royals, keep up with it, and Doodles gonna bring it back here, 100-73, and tie it up 1-1 here on Basan, taking us to a 3rd point.
Yeah, I really liked what I saw there from the Doodles. You know, they were a bit indecisive on the first point of control on downtown. Their tanks, they swapped up a bit. They started on the Monkey Ball, and then they were on the Diva Ball, and then they were on Diva Zarya, but they just stuck to the Rhine Zarya. They stuck to their guns even when they lost fights, and it really paid off for them that last point. I think if they stick to their Rhine comp again, they can probably win this. But at the same time, Royals, you know, they've got good ultimates. You know, Sipsy, he's been getting values out of his bombs. You know, not an ultimate you would typically see get a lot of value, but he's been making it get value. And EMP and Shatter for Royals as well. You know, I definitely think that they could take this map. I think this is going to be a really, really, really close point.
Yeah, I do like the Diva is sometimes pretty good here if you're contesting this high ground back and forth. We'll see if it pays off for them. Early bubble coming out there from Match, able to get some charge build up for them. The Reinhardt taking a lot of more aggressive space. Tarny already falling low there on the Reinhardt, but Choo Choo gets that first pick there onto the Junkrat, and without the shield now available for the Royals, Doodle's going to try to push into this, slowing down a little bit. Lucio's daddy there picking off that second DPS now, and now without any damage, the side of Doodles are going to have to fall back to spawn and just let the point be given over here to Royals, and to Doodles, and as they take the first point here, going to be holding up in this first spawn choke, this first choke here, waiting for the Royals to push back in.
Yeah, I really like the Junkrat. Junkrat compared to Sombra, he just does so much more damage. If you're not getting consistent value out of Sombra's hacks, the team with the Junkrat is going to be at the advantage every time. The Diva's not enough to deny him, and Blue Blitz is getting a lot of value. That was a great kill on the Sombra there.
It was the Sombra trying to get that ult percentage up, but now it's go time for Blame, getting the charge, going into the backline, throwing out the Shatter, why not? Picking up the members of Royals and putting them right back down in the spawn. A really quick fight for them, having to use just 2 ultimates. I mean, they're going to have 4 ultimates online for this next fight.
Yeah, I really love that. Only Shatter and Coalescence, 2 of the, I'd say, less important ultimates in this comp, committed by Doodles. They're looking so good to continue to hold down this point. It's obviously very hard to get back in, so respect to Royals for trying to get back in, but I don't think they have the ult to do with this fight.
Oh my goodness, the charge coming in again, but now Hack Choo Choo sitting in the back line waiting for it, but Lucio's daddy now throwing out that Death Blossom, most of it trying to get eaten there from Sif's T, but not before Omi ends up falling at the end. The EMP comes out and catches 4, but oh, there's the Shatter too from Tarny. So low HP, but it's not going to be enough as Doodle's going to continue holding on to the point here. The damage just wasn't available with that EMP when so many of the other ultimates were being used from Doodles, and as they take the Reaper down here too, going to take up to 72% and a whole lot invested from Royals in that fight.
Yeah, now we get to see a Desperation Far Swap. I really don't like that on this map, especially with no Mercy. You know, Royals, they're getting really, really desperate trying to get back in here. And there are still 3 ultimates. There's still a Graviton Surge and a Tire, and there's no beat on the side of Royals to answer that. So I think that this is going to be a really difficult fight for them to win.
Ooh, Ranger there, throwing out the Death Blossom, picking up 2 there, matching the grab actually coming out from Doodles. It was able to pick up a few, but not enough kills coming through, and they're going to be running to point now on the side of Royals, and there you go, finally finishing off Doodles. It's going to be up to 99% for them, though. They didn't end up investing everything. Sipsty still has that bomb, but they're going to have to get past the Tire that's going to be online here as well. So a lot invested from both sides, so if you're the side of the Royals, this is at least, you got to win this fight as dry as possible.
Yeah, this is a very interesting engage. I really don't like this into what the Royals are running. I don't like this engage from Doodles one bit, actually.
That Junkrat's going to have a lot of space to go through, and that space is going to go right across the middle of the Tire, picking up 3. Oh my goodness, the Sips T-bomb went over top, not able to pick any up. Blue Bits though, gonna almost, the DPS actually, sorry, winning this fight here for the Doodles, picking up all 6 kills, and with that, Doodles picking up this first map in a 2-1, very close to contested here on Busan.
That was very back and forth, but at the end there, that was amazing work from the Doodles. You know, I really didn't expect that going from under there on Mecha Base was going to work for them, but I mean, the tire killed 3. I can't really argue with that.
Yeah,
you can't
argue with the tire.
that was great from Doodles. You know, especially, you know, they lost the first round of control, like they lost the first point, and then they came back in the next 2, playing the brawl really, really well against Royals. You know, kind of showing them who's boss on the brawl. You know, I thought Royals would look a bit better on the brawl, but now we're gonna see GLD is coming in for the Royals. That might be the difference maker they need. I don't really know.
Yeah, GLD being a top-tier hit scan in the Harmony tier, up for contention, I think, is one of the better DPS in the tier. If I'm not mistaken, though, I think GLD, this will be their last game with the Royals. They'll be moving up to their affiliate team after this to play in the Discord tier, though.
Yeah, GLD going to Battalion after this game. But for now, he has one more mission. Win his last Harmony game, potentially ever, against the Doodles. Bring it back from being down map 1. We'll get to see if he does it here on Anubis. I think this map, this is a bit of a weird map. There's definitely a lot of things you could play. I'd say typically this map favored double shield in the past, but as I say, it's so hard to say what was meta on Anubis because there's so many different things you can run. I think even with all the shield nerfs, you could probably still run some kind of poke defense with a Junkrat, maybe an Ashe, maybe even something like a Widow, a Pharah. But I'll be interested to see what these teams, what their take is on this map. I believe it's also new to the Stage 2 pool, so...
Yes. I believe it is as well. I definitely don't remember Kastner producing too much Temple of Anubis in the first stage if it was. But with that being said, we're going to get to see it as we go over now to Temple of Anubis. Just one second, getting the things ready. There we go. Okay. And as we come in here, Doodle's going to be on that defense first. They're going to be running the May Junkrat, not necessarily always the DPS comp you see. No hit scan available for them. Going to stick with that Rein Zarya. Seemed to be working pretty well for them there. Magsol over on that Baptiste. And that Rein Diva comp that the Royals seem to like. Going to be sticking with here as well with Choo Choo on the Sombra still.
Yeah, I like every pick here, besides the Batiste. The Batiste is a bit confusing to me, but also Anubis was in the map pool last stage because Hanamura and, Horizon Lunar Colony and Paris are just dead maps.
Oh,
so
that's
it's the same
right,
three.
yeah.
It's the same 3 2CP maps everywhere. So
Thank God, though.
That's true.
That's annoying. Well, as it's happening here, we're going to see Doodles going to be holding onto this high ground and actually, wow, going to fall right in over onto Royals, though, but maybe ill-mannered as 2 picks going to go through right away. They lost their Reinhardt and their Baptiste, but Trade's coming back the other side here too. GLD picking up 3 now, it seems. They're going to try to push in the point here. The Sombra's going to push it, but Blue Bits has picked up 3 here in this fight so far. Just a fight between Blue Bits and GLD, and it looks like GLD's going to come out on top here. Although the ball's going to come in the stall, the respawns are just going to be totally in the advantage for Royals. And wow, a very interesting first point so far, and that was an interesting take, weird route, a weird drop from Doodles, and gonna be real quick. I mean, that was lightning speed.
Yeah, very, very back and forth, and now we're seeing what I didn't like to see from Doodles on the first point of control. They're switching their tank line around a bit. You know, I do like the Winston more on second point, but they have a Winston with Moira Batiste heals. It's a bit confusing. I don't think those heroes synergize very well. And we're going to see a possible snowball here from Royals as they almost have their Bob, Shatter, and Coalescence online.
Yeah, and there's the Bob from GLD coming to point right now. The tire going to go through, though. Picks up scrambles. No Lucio able. And as Bob's contested on the point, just going to get shredded down here. The Immortality Field does have to come out there to help the hack from Choo Choo. And the Winston dive, now counter dive going to come in. They are able to pick up... Oh, actually, no. They die to the Reinhardt. 2 big picks there for Tarny on the Rhine. And the Sombra gonna have to come in and contest here. The point's still being contested, so no progress meter over yet. The 3 picks now for this Reinhardt. Gonna be looking to try to kill the Zarya. 4 picks, 5! Oh my goodness, this Reinhardt just cleaning up here for the Royals, but still, no capture percentage in yet. The snowball trying to continue. No picks have had to come through yet from Doodles. Royals still sustaining here onto point, and now the first capture progress is going to come in. The bomb coming out from Sips T behind. Going to go through. The EMP comes with it, takes up 2, and the immortality. The Blizzard, though, going to try to stall it on point, but ends up dying in the process. Only the Baby Diva going down. And the beat drop now from Scrambles. Going to continue this Royals hold even longer. The hacks from Choo Choo doing great. 2 picks there from the Lucio, actually, as they're going to get just over the second tick now as they keep fighting here from the third. And the respawns from Doodles are going to be coming in, but they need to start getting picks.
Yeah, this is so insanely back and forth, but I don't think Doodles are out of it yet. All, unfortunately, Dry dropping there with his Graviton. But another tire is on in the same fight for Blue Blitz. Unfortunately, gets destroyed. And we see the Bob coming out yet again for GLD. 2 ultimates in the same fight for a few of these DPS players now. Just some more desperation touches here from the Doodles, but it seems all for naught as only the Zarya is able to touch now. Hypothetically, he's going to die here. But...
oh, died twice with the grab. Tried to get it off both times, but got hacked from Choo Choo each time. And GLD's Bob put in a lot of work there. Wasn't even on point, and GLD had a free K. And oh my goodness, the stall still continuing. The beat drop, though, coming back around from H Scramble, still hasn't died in this push. It's been about 1 minute and 20 seconds, I believe, going through for them. And wow, they just need to get a little bit more target focus. GLD picking up the Tracer again, and there's the grab coming out. Finally, it picks up the Wrecking Ball, but with all those adaptive shields, able to lift their most of it. With Omi dying, though, that is really going to hurt their team with no main support. You do see the EMP coming out there, and the bomb from Sipsty able to finally pick it up with 3:17 left in. I mean, a good hold from Doodles. It was like a 2-minute long stall on that fight, but 3 minutes 17 seems like an eternity when you're about to come in there on your attack.
oh yeah, it definitely does, but if I'm Doodles, I am not mad about that at all. That was, it took like 2 going on 3 cycles of ultimates for Royals just to cap Objective B. They won the fight so early, but they just could not close it out for what felt like an eternity there. That was a great attempt by Doodles at trying to get back in that fight, but also respect to Royals, you know, most teams would have probably crumbled there, you know, it's 2 CP spawns, you know, 2 CP lull, as some people like to say. I would have expected that Doodles would eventually turn that back, but Royals, they denied them that. And I mentioned on map 1 how the Somber pick, it really needs to get consistent value, and there were some very crucial hacks from Choo Choo on first as well as second point. On first point, he hacked the Moira, secured the kill. You know, his team was in a bit of danger after Blue Blitz killed 3, but, you know, he clutched it out. Some good hacks on point 2 as well. He got 2 EMPs in that very elongated fight, so good job by Choo Choo there, as well as the whole of Royals, you know, eventually able to cap out that second point.
There you go, and Choo Choo going to be sitting back there trying to get those hacks through onto the back of point, and the dive going to be coming through for the Doodles attack. You're going to see still running that double bubble. Going to be going into GLD on the Ashe again, who did such a good job on that first point. So going to be interesting to see if they're able to put enough pressure in from the high ground, and really who's going to deal with it. The Genji, probably the best target, already falling terribly low in that first push. And oh wow, the Winston already dying early on. You see the Genji is going to try to flank and try to deal with GLD here, who's just pumping out damage from this high ground. And a really aggressive spot there from Choo Choo. If you saw that, on Magsoul into the back line, and oh my goodness, GLD dealing with that Genji immediately, and a quick win there from Royals already right off the bat.
Yeah, that was a great fight there from Royals, but if I'm Doodles here, Doodles really need to take one fast, decisive engage. I think it's kind of awkward for them to play with the Junkrat in this dive comp, but now they have the Widowmaker, perhaps to challenge GLD. I don't entirely like this swap. I think it's a bit difficult to play into the Ashe on this point, but we'll see how it goes for him.
Yeah, you see the Somber from Choo Choo already putting a lot of pressure back there onto the Widowmaker. That Reinhardt shield from Tarny, able to block most of that sightlines the Widow would take, but there's the engage now coming in from Blame, gonna fall low again right away, and falling before the fight can really even begin. And Choo Choo in the back line yet again, putting pressure onto that Mercy, and another quick take there from Royals. And there's the charge kill there at the end too, took out the Zarya, and now you see Bagel Friend switching off that Mercy over to the Moira now. Maybe trying to keep more sustain there for that Winston, who seems to be getting shredded right away.
Yeah, it's very hard for Blink to do anything on the Winston here, and I'm really happy that he swapped, because the Winston, he had nobody who could go in with him there. So he was just going in. He's trying to play the game, but nobody could come with him, and he got hard focused and he died every time. I like the Rhine swap a lot. I kind of wish they swapped to Lucio, but I think a Nano Rhine could get a lot of value for them here. Bit of an early Bob. That's not going to get insane amount of value, but Royals, they still hold the ultimate advantage with a Coalescence and a Shatter and a Valkyrie and an EMP, and the list goes on and on for how many ults Royals have.
It is. Oh, Blue Bits! Oh my goodness, what an amazing job. They're canceling out the EMP from Choo Choo. Holy cow, that was insane reaction time for them. And that was the fight winner there for the Royals. GLD used the Bob in that fight. All they got left here is the Shatter, and the Rhine so dangerously low in that fight ended up actually dying. Is now going to come back from spawn. The respawn's going to be coming back quicker here for Doodles. I'm not even sure if they're going to be able to contest. The Reinhardt's looking like they're going to want to contest here. Choo Choo does get the pick there onto match, but don't know if it's going to be enough time. Here comes the Rhine looking to maybe try to get the Shatter. We'll see if they invest it. The charge missing, but ends up getting Shatter there in the background. Blaine falling, and GLD picking up 2 more. The Royals are going to hold it here on first points in a seemingly lost fight.
I'm stunned. I am
Wow.
completely and utterly stunned. I was prepared to hype up, how Doodles, they could come back, but then the Royals, they just clutched that fight. I don't know how they did it. GLD, he just stayed alive on high ground the whole time, I guess. He just never died, and he just got so much value there. But now we get to see the Graviton Surge and the Tire. There's no defensive ult on the side of Royals, so this is definitely not over for Doodles here. They can definitely come back in this fight.
Yeah, we'll see if these ultimates are able to land there. A lot of energy coming right away from them, with the 6T bomb going to be coming through here. We'll see if they're able to pick up any. It's not, but GLD gets 2 in the process. Bob taking out the Moira, but with that Mercy Pocket now falling, going to be a lot less damage poking through. 4th kill there for GLD, actually. And the Zarya not having to invest anything yet here from Doodles. They're going to have to maybe do a soft reset. And, oh my goodness, GLD, another double kill there. And oh my goodness, just insane how they're able to hold here on this DPS play from Royals.
Yeah, that was another amazing fight for Royals, but still, a lot of ultimates now on the side of Doodles. They didn't use any last fight, so I hope they can put something together here this fight with the ultimates they have. They could definitely win.
There it is, the orb coming out and the Coalescence, sorry there, but ends up dying from GLD in the process. They still have the grab online. You're going to see Match, though, throwing out the Death Box, able to pick up 1. The EMP coming out, though, picking up the last 3 members remaining on the side of Doodles. The Tire, though, comes through, takes out Tarny, who was getting close to that ultimate, and now Doodle starting to come through here in the kill feed, all blue, as they're able to clean up just at the end, but they had to throw everything in the kitchen sink in to win that one.
Yeah, that was a good fight win there by Doodles. It did take them a lot, but they came back. There were only 15 seconds left on the clock, and they still come back and they win that fight, despite losing their Moira early as well. So good sign of resilience here from the Doodles. But now the Royals, they're in such a good position when it comes to ultimates. It's going to be very, very difficult for Doodles to cap with time here. Maybe off the back of a big Shatter, they could win this fight, but I don't know. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to how Royals use these ultimates, and I mean, they've got 4 online right now. They're trying to build up that EMP if they can, but they're going to throw in the Bob here from GLD into the back line. Going to put pressure in, and the Dynamite taking out Match in the process. And as their team continues to push in, Doodles gonna just crumble in the process and not invest in anything from Doodles, but just a Bob fight win when they already had 3 other ultimates online with just 2 minutes left is if just helping the Royals out in this situation.
Oh, for sure. Royals still definitely favored in the ultimate economy here. I really hope that, we saw like a flash of Widowmaker from the Doodles. I hope we get to see something like that again, maybe in the next fight after this one, because GLD has just been so insanely free on the high ground for the past 2 points, and he's been getting an incredible amount of value from not only his dynamites, but just the raw damage that he's outputting with his shots. He's looked so good, and he can definitely pull it off because he's really good. But Doodles, their comp is just kind of playing into letting GLD be able to destroy them, but never mind, he's gone.
Oh, there it is. The Res having to come out early into this fight now, and you're going to see the Tire now from Blue Bits coming out, trying to find some picks up. GLD and that Resing Mercy in the process. 2 big picks for them. You're going to have to see ultimates be invested from Royals just to keep with it. A Sips T, though, throws out that bomb, able to pick up the Zarya, but a well-placed beat drop there from Maxwell, able to keep Blaine alive as the Shatter ends up going through and catching a few, but now GLD come back out there on the Doomfist, able to clean up in the fight here, and not even a tick given. The ultimates were still there to save them, but they have a Shatter online and still the EMP as well with only 60 seconds remaining.
Sipsy surprises me, like, it feels like every fight with a new bomb angle that I've never seen before, and he gets so much value with it, man. This shouldn't be happening, but it's not the fault of Doodles. It's that Sipsy, he knows these angles with his bombs, and that bomb was so good last fight, man. That was such a good bomb. But now we get to see Doodles. They have the coalesce. That could be really good in a really good engagement tool for them. But Choo Choo, he has the EMP. Oh, and he hits 6.
Oh, hits a lot, but didn't end up getting the Reaper in the back line, who goes in, doesn't really pick up any. Sifty able to negate most of that Death Blossom, does end up losing the mech in the process, but a well-worthy trade. Choo Choo gonna get rezzed here as well, and with just 10 seconds left, it's gonna come down to if this Reaper ends up winning the 1v1, the Reinhardt on the side to touch point, because I don't think anyone else is gonna be close enough, and oh no, the tanks, sorry, end up coming back in and are gonna touch here from Doodles, but they're not gonna have anything to work with, as the Royals are going to have all of the spawn advantage here. They got to get all of these picks to be able to keep through. And oh, a double kill there from Tarny as well. And Royals going to come through and hold there on second point pretty decisively and bring it now 1-1.
Yeah, that was a really good punchback from the Royals there. I definitely think they looked a lot better when they got off of the pure brawly comps. Having GLD on the Ashe there was absolutely amazing for them. He got so much value on the Ashe pick, partially because Doodles didn't really have the correct picks to counter it. I'm hoping we get to see some changes from Doodles, maybe like a Diva or an opposing hit scan, something to try to mess with the snipers of Royals on high ground, because they should not be getting that much value.
No, they shouldn't. But we're going to be taking a quick break here on our side. But when we come back, we'll be breaking down a little bit more of what happened there on that first 2 maps in this 1-1 game and see who's able to take you here when we come back. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just 5 minutes.
Hi, this is Fyodor Chin, the voice of Zenyatta. Just wanted to give a big hello to the Overwatch Tranquility community and congratulate you on 5 great seasons, and thank you for everything that you've been doing to make mental health care accessible to all, and to encourage you, if you haven't already, to donate to the Rise Against the Disorder fundraiser, because everyone deserves to experience tranquility. Take care.
Send a message, you don't reply. I'll keep looking for you, even if it's wrong. I'm sitting all alone in my room. You're stuck so high in my head. I don't care if there's no chance. I need to find you.
All right, thank you for bearing with us there through that halftime. I sure needed the break, refilling my water bottle. But coming back in, Doodles versus Royals, 1-1 here. A very closely contested game so far. You saw Doodles getting that 2-1, winning the last 2 points there on Busan. But Temple and Nuba seeming to be a little bit of a different story. Royals looking a little more dominant there, especially with that great hold they had and the retake. I think they had about 3 minutes there left after they finished attacking second point. So whatever they're doing, seeming to look a little bit better here as they start that second map. And we'll see if that continues back over to the third map. Again, I am Booth. I am joined here by Needle. And Needle, we were talking a little bit here at halftime about what we thought about the teams to come out here and what we expect to see here in the second half of the game.
Yeah, I definitely think Royals has been heating up, and I'm expecting to see some more sniper play from the Royals. I don't know if GLD is still in or not for this next map of Hollywood, but if he is, it's going to be very difficult for Doodles to deal with that because GLD got so much value in the last map. So I'm hoping we get to see an adaptation from Doodles. I mentioned it a bit right before halftime. An opposing hit scan would be pretty good to mess with GLD, even a little bit. Even if he doesn't win the duels, at least taking some of GLD's attention away would really help Doodles here.
It would. And a lot of high ground going to be available there for that Ashe as we're going to go to Hollywood here for our hybrid map. And Hollywood offers a lot of interesting engagements, I feel like. You have that first point where you see dive sometimes kind of run. Sometimes you see some cheesier bunker comps on that first point defense. Second point, you kind of want to have something a little bit long-range hit scan, at least in my opinion. You either have an Ashe or a Widowmaker, sometimes the Hanzo if you're good enough at it. And then third point seems to switch things up again. So we'll see who ends up getting the advantage with that. But what are you kind of expecting out of both of the teams here on Hollywood?
I'm agreeing with you that a long-range hit scan is pretty important, especially for Hollywood B. And so far that's really played into Royals' hands. But I think Winston is also pretty important. We haven't seen. I think we've seen a fair amount of Winston so far this series, but after the Reinhardt swap on Busan from the Doodles, we've been seeing a lot more Reinhardt. So I think we're gonna go back to the Winston. We do get to see a Winston defense here from the Doodles. I like this comp a fair amount. There's no long range hit scan, but for first you don't need it as much as second. So maybe we could see a swap for second. I think Genji. He's a bit awkward to play after, he got the buffs and then he got the nerfs. but I definitely think he can get value, especially with Nano Blade. But we'll see how it works out here.
That we will, and that counter dive is going to be interesting. They're going to be holding here on this initial high ground. They're going to have to deal with a Junkrat spam and GLD back on that Ashe again. Going with the Rhine Diva. Sips T going to stick there on the signature hero, showing off the golden guns, of course. And they're going to make a push here on the left, and interesting, going to fall off the high ground almost right away. Oh, actually, match end up going to end up falling. That's not the first you want to have, and the res has to go through, but oh my goodness, a great job there from Sips T, blocking the res there with the Diva boost. And now, with them continuing to fall, Omi is going to pick up a double kill there on the Moira. A triple kill, actually. Take that back, take out the Mercy as well. And, wow, that's not the way I'm sure Doodles saw that fight going.
That was... The aggressive engages, when Royals takes them, they've looked so incredibly good. And there's no Lucio to help the Doodles escape there. But now we get to see the swap on the Ashe here. I definitely think that this is going to be where Doodles can look a bit rejuvenated on second point. They have the Ashe now. And their comp, they can't really get rushed on if they play the high ground pretty well. They're already getting some good kills here as they take some space. Maybe even force Royals off the cart. They're playing so far forward. Actually, I'm not liking this far forward hold.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I mean, if you're holding a Reinhardt there, maybe alright sometimes, but somehow still working out in their favor. 2 picks going their way now. Lucio Daddy on that Ashe, taking out that Lucio, and yeah, that's an interesting aggressive hold there. They don't really have tons of shields, so this Junkrat from Reindeer, you're gonna see build up the ult incredibly quick then. I think they're only at about like 30% once that fight started, and now have the tire. Omi though picking up another kill, coming in clutch so far here for the game so far. Oh, the Mercy ends up dying too. They had Valkyrie, so not going to be able to use it. GLD's Bob going to pick up a few more of their own, and a quick re-engage from Royals and a quick fight win.
Yeah, Doodles, they tried to press their advantage a bit too much there. They just played right into Royals' hands. When Royals are in the sustained fight, they have a Moira, they're going to win pretty much every time. But now we get to see the Nano Blade is online. Scrambles, he's not quite at that beat. He probably will get it in time. I guess we'll see how that works out. But if we get to see a fast Nano Blade engage, this could be really good for the Doodles.
It is, and now we're waiting to see what else is going forward. And Scrambles actually throws out the beat beforehand, but GLD picks up 2 more in the fight. Oh my goodness, not even able to get the Nano Blade off with the Mercy falling. They do res this Ana actually, so maybe they're going to try to get this Nano Blade off now, but GLD still sitting uncontested on the high ground as the cart keeps compressing. It gets over, and actually will go into second. They throw out the Nano Blade, picks up 1 in the fight, but already the cart pushed onto C, so a little bit late time there. They do pop the coalescence to help deal with that as well, and Royals continuing to push through here with lightning fast time yet again.
I think Doodles are getting scared, you know. They're putting in their best effort to try to win these fights, but Royals, they're looking so much better in these brawly fights, and that's partially because of the nature of their comp. They have the Moira, they have the Lucio, they have the Reinhardt, but even then, it feels like Royals is like operating on all cylinders. Oh my god, they're just operating on all cylinders right now. They're doing, each player on the Royals is having like an incredible performance, and now they have an ult advantage going forward because the Nano Blade was spent by Doodles. You know, Doodles they haven't managed their ultimates very well, and Royals have looked so good.
And now 2 big ultimates coming out there from Royals. They're going to throw the bomb on the tire, each finding 1. Still 2 big ults left on point there. You're going to see Bluebits throwing out the Diva bomb there, not able to pick any up, and ends up falling to Omi there in the fight. And now with Bob going to point to contest a little more, we're going to almost push uncontested through here. And Doomfist coming into stall, going to touch there with the ball at the end, but Bob going to do enough to deal with it. And 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock there. A lightning fast take there from Royals, looking incredibly strong to say the least.
That was such a smart play. Using the Diva Bomb and the Junkrat Tire at the same time. You know, in Goat's meta, we got to see like bomb shatters where you'd force the enemy Reinhardt to turn their shield. You can either block the bomb or the shatter, but they did the same thing, but with a Rip Tire instead of a shatter, and it worked out so well. The tire got 1, the bomb got 1. That was tremendous from the Royals. That whole push was tremendous. That was absolutely amazing Overwatch from the Royals, but I don't think it's over for Doodles. You know, a 4-minute time bank, it's a very, very tough thing to look down. Will they win this map? I think they could. You know, in overtime, a lot of different things can happen. The team with the smaller time bank is sometimes favored because the overtime fights, as the cart moves on, can be really good. So I don't think Doodles are quite out yet this map, but if Royals keeps playing how they did on their offense, they just might be.
Yeah, they're gonna see that Ash Junkrat composition again for them here on the defense. I think it's basically the same comp they ran on the offense, at least on first point. Different take though. This is the first time we've seen. Oh, just kidding. We saw some Sigma for a second, but looks like we're gonna go with the Frozen Emo going out. The May Reaper composition coming out on Doodles there on the attack, running that Rein Zarya again. So gonna be running kind of that close knit death ball. They're gonna have to get up close and personal, which might be exactly what Reindeer kind of wants there on the Junkrat. No Diva there to be dealing with eating some of that damage. So going to be interesting to see. It's going to come down to how Magsoul is able to speed their team forward, and they're holding into choke here. Try not to get too much damage in. A good rotation, though. They're going to be able to negate some of this damage, and they're going to push up and try to take this high ground away, which is a good thing that they need to deal with how much work GLD's been able to do. And oh, a great wall coming through, blocking off the members. Match does trade for it, but with 2 picks coming out, still in the advantage now of the Doodles. 3 there now with the Reinhardt falling, but gonna have to keep it slow and careful here. They don't have their main heals anymore available for them. The Lucio, though, gonna have that amp to keep them going. And Reinhardt there from Blue Bits already picking up a double at the end. Gonna have the shatter here going into the next fight already. And a quick take from Doodles. And looking a lot stronger here on this May Reaper comp.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure about the May pick, but I think Doodles have looked their best so far this series when they're playing these hard brawl comps, and the wall got a lot of value in that first fight. So I think that Doodles are looking pretty good going forward, but now we can see here's where the long range hit scan shines. On second point of Hollywood defense, GLD is going to get an incredible amount of value with still no hit scan on the side of Doodles to contest him.
Yeah, nothing really to be able to deal with it either. Another good wall coming through, blocks off the Reinhardt there. It is just a field day for Doodles to go in. They pick up 3 big picks there, but the Bob going to come out there from GLD, but enough shield from Blue Bits is going to be able to block all of this damage, and going to contest Cart for just a second, so it seems, but quick fight again for Doodles. These walls from Match have been phenomenal in these fights.
Yeah, this is exactly how you need to play the May Reaper against these long range hit scan comps. Just go in, fast engages, go boom, 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 hit the wall, hit the Reinhardt, just get him down, burst him down. Really good engages from the Doodles, and oh, a nice kill on the ring here as well.
Oh, good job there from Lucius Daddy. Now the one on top of the high ground says, GLD, it's my turn to be sitting up here, and a lot of ultimates going to have to come through now from Royals to try to contest this. 3 of them going through, but Sipsy needs to grab! Blue lane game threw it forward, and oh, that could be a big fight winner, but the DM's not going to be available to take care of the Death Blossom from Lucio's Daddy, who picks up 2 in the fight, 3 there at the end, 4 make it. Coming through clutch there from the team, and oh my goodness, what are these lightning fast takes we're seeing out of these teams here on Hollywood? 5.5 minutes available for them. Holy cow, I've never seen a double 5.5 minute attack there on an assault map. I mean, on an assault map like this. Hybrid map. Hybrid.
Yeah, me neither. We're looking at 9 minutes of combined time bank on the top right now. This is crazy. But virtually no ultimates online, only a Coalescence and a Bob. So this is going to be a nice dry fight where I think generally Doodles have been favored so far. They won the first fight, which was a dry fight. Their comp, the May Wall can get a lot of value. So I think it's going to be difficult for Royals to come back here.
It is. GLD's Bob going to be sitting right on top of Cart, going along for the ride. Gets shredded pretty quickly. A good Coalescence from Bagel Friend before that fight was able to happen. Reindeer holding on to just a sliver of health in that fight, but does end up falling again to Lucius Daddy on this Reaper. Seemingly coming alive there. Another wall trying to split these members across, blocking off a lot of that Coalescence there from Omi, but Tranny ends up dying. Oh my goodness. You can't lose your Reinhardt like that, and now Doodles gonna be pushing even further in, and oh my goodness, almost a tied time bank. The stall coming out here from the Royals. The grab going forward, and oh my, are we gonna have... Oh, thank God for this new rule. I forgot it was in place. I thought we were going to be seeing a 4 minute attack again from both teams. Oh.
I forgot about that rule too, but yeah, thankfully that's in place, because this might have been a 9-9 map if the change of reducing the time banks down to 2 minutes.
I was gonna say this isn't 2CP. You're not supposed to be seeing that.
Yeah, we already played 2CP. That was last map, but
oh my goodness.
Okay, this is. Wow, I did not expect Doodles to look that dominant on the attack, but they have looked so good and so clutch whenever they play the brawl so far in this series. Like, they they just come down. It seems like they rise from the ashes every map. They lose the first point on Busan, and then they win the next two with really good aggressive brawl play. You know, they on the second map, you know, I think that's when they fell, and now we're seeing them rise back up in the third map, seeing some performances like we did in map 1, and the Mei pick is getting so much value here for the Doodles. You know, it's obviously not only the Mei. The Reaper pick did a lot as well on second point. It feels like. No, I mentioned how Royals were like firing on all cylinders. Now it feels like Doodles are doing the same. I think this is the comp that they need to close out this series. You know, it's 1-1 right now, but I definitely think it could be over if Doodles continue to play this well. But now we get to see the Mei on the side of Royals. This is going to be a mirror match of the Mei Reaper. It's going to be insanely close back and forth fights. I love to see them.
Yeah, Sifty and the Diva are going to be really the only difference between the two compositions here. Both running that Moira Lucio composition, so going to be sitting on this high ground first right away. They're going to have to deal with it. Blue Bit's already falling incredibly low. The wall trying to catch members. It does block the Moira off, but dropping the wall, able to come forward, and now just going to sit here and wait for these cooldowns to charge back up on a little bit of shield health. You see the Mei actually going to go to the point, throw up the wall behind. Oh my god, what a play from Match. That was in 10,000 IQ. Holy cow. Splitting off Royals in the fight, and gonna end up letting the Reinhardt fall to that, but now Blue Bits falls as well. No Reinhardt's left on the field in general. These walls gonna be the difference. Reindeer there, picking off Lucio, his daddy too, and now Royals up 5-4 in this fight, but still a brawl happening across. Both Reinhardt's gonna be coming out of spawn here, basically at identical times, and oh my gosh, the Blizzard already coming forward from Match, does get traded in the end, but the beat drops there from Scrambles to deal with it, and with just a minute left on the clock, the picks need to start coming through here from Doodles. They've already invested so much into this fight. The Shatter gonna go forward. There it is. The Shatter landing on 4 members. Blue Bits, insane job there, cleaning up with the triple at the end as well. Oh my goodness, Doodles, when they needed it, their Reinhardt was there for them. And with 35 seconds left, they're going to be able to capture this first point now, and they're going to be doing an overtime push here into B.
That was such a great disengage from Doodles, that fight. You know, the coalescence came out. It was pretty back and forth when it came to picks, and Doodles are like, all right, we back out, we'll come back in. The Shatter hits like 3 or 4. Great job by Blue Blitz, and he's already over halfway to his next Shatter. I don't think they're going to be expecting that. That could be really... What?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't like that
Reindeer.
one.
That must have been a misclick. They're definitely going to want that one back, but both Reapers going to have the Death Blossoms here. GLD seeming to throw theirs out first, most of it trying to be eaten, but not being able to eat the grab that comes forward there from Blaine, able to pick up a few, comboing there with Lucio's daddy, and Match going to pick up 2 picks there at the end as well, and this cart going to continue to keep pushing forward as ultimates thrown out by both teams, and oh... Royals, man, you got to think if they had that Blizzard that could have helped them out in that fight, but still, they're going to have 3 ultimates coming in here. They're going to have the Shatter. They have that Diva Bomb as well, which you were talking about, that Shatter Bomb combo. We'll see if they're able to combo that here.
Yeah, definitely not over for the Royals yet, but the cart's going to be pushed so far with the overtime, but the Royals are going for the aggressive engage here.
They are. The good wall, they're going to block off into the Reinhardt. GLD gets the pick there onto the Lucio, though. The bomb from Sipsy over top of Saloon picks up 2. Oh my god, the angles that Sipsy is able to take here on the Diva are just insane. And oh, Royals stopping that fight before they can get across most of the way to second there. And whoo! What a bomb. That was insane.
You know, I love to see those plays, but I almost want to slam my desk with how much value Sipsy is getting. It makes me angry. He's so good. He's too good, man. He's too good. You know, if this guy wasn't already a prominent community member, you know, if he didn't play last season, I would assume this guy's smurfing. He knows so many angles, and he ate grab as well on the first.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Someone ping Thug. They need to do another check.
Yeah, they actually do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, gonna be sticking on the Diva again. I don't blame him. I'd be doing that there as well. I'm not a big fan of the Outlaw skins with it, but maybe that's the secret weapon that I've been missing with my Diva gameplay. It's not the prettiest.
Just maybe. I don't know. I'm not a Diva player, but I wouldn't think that the Diva would get more value than the Zarya. I think Diva, it can be pretty good against the Reaper. You know, you can eat the Reaper ults and all that. But the Zarya, it has a lot of snowball potential, and I definitely think that favors Doodles. But Royals, when it comes to the aggressive engages, actually, I do understand the D.Va pick a lot more. They're just going in hard, and by the time the defense matrix is over, like Royals have already gotten the pick.
They already got the fight over. It's probably dealing with Bagel Friend's Bagel Friend's orbs there as well. So some of the healing going away that would be available for that Reinhardt. So we're going to see what they do. GLD going to teleport over to that high ground now. As Royals are pushing in, they're going to go in this left engage. Doodles opting to not hold on the high ground in this engage, but oh, the wall coming through. They're able to catch the Reinhardt. They're going to go in behind now. But oh, they break the middle just enough time. But now the DPS getting split here from Royals. They're able to pick off 2 here with the fight. GLD and Reindeer doing a great job to jump off that high ground and disengage around the back and picking up 2 very quick kills there. And oh my goodness, already going to be looking to catch this first point here with lots of time left.
That was a very greedy engage from the Doodles. Maybe going a bit too aggressive on their defense. I love me an aggressive defense, but they went in really far and they had to commit a lot of resources to get in. But they actually might attempt a retest here. With the Mei going down, the Reaper and the Lucio both low on the side of Royals.
Yeah, it looks like, oh, they were thinking about it. The Moira ends up touching just at the end. The Reinhardt going to charge in at the end now. Not able to catch any, but the Blizzard now going to be there for match. Freezing up that Reinhardt, who's micro HP, but the rest of the members of the Doodles are just as low. As just 3 left on point here. Blaine, though, does get that pick. That's pretty big. No, they C9! Oh, they jump off the point. Well, I don't know if it was as much of a C9. They were all pretty low HP, but oh, they gave up the point just at the end. So a good recontest from them. But, oh no, some of their members got far spawned. I think, yeah, the Zarya is going to be far spawned here now. Oh, that's going to hurt this re-engage for them.
Yeah, not quite a C9. They were very much forced off the point. But the ultimate economy, it's looking crazy here. This fight is going to be it's going to be a bit of a mess with so many ultimates online on both sides. I think whichever team ults first is probably going to win. Their top tier analysis, just hit Q for that.
Oh, Reindeer there throwing out the bomb first, and they do throw out the beat to try to counteract. Sips though does pick up the Lucio, who just dropped beat at the end. Now you see GLD going through, gonna get shattered outside of the Death Blossom there, but a great beat drop there from H. Scramble's gonna keep him alive, and now Reindeer picking up 2 at the end. The Graviton Surge is gonna pick up 5 members there from the side of Royals, but nothing going there. Sips eating the Blizzard from match. Sips coming in clutch again there for the Royals as the trades going through. All red in the kill feed as the cart progresses through. Magsol's going to do their best just to contest here onto the point. As we see Lucio's daddy coming through there with the Death Blossom picking up 1. Ends up falling though at the end, and oh my goodness, Royals going to end up holding on to this one somehow with all the ultimates available. As the overtime ticks away, they push it through here to second and take Hollywood. Oh my goodness, 5-4.
No, I was very excited to watch this match, but I didn't expect it to be this close. I think I held both these teams in pretty high regard. You know, I thought coming into this match that Doodles were a really good team, and looking at Royals' record as well, they look like a really good team. But this match has been absolutely incredible so far. We've seen so many players have amazing games. Blue Blitz has looked great both on Reinhardt and Junkrat on the span of 2 maps, which I didn't expect I'd be saying ever, is that a player's look great on Reinhardt and Junkrat, but he
exactly.
has. And Sips T has looked so good on D.Va as well. Like this has been just great play, not only from those 2 players, but from every player in this lobby. It's been absolutely amazing. I think almost every map, maybe not the first one, but that map came down to 1 fight, and all these maps are so close.
Yeah, I mean, the control point was 2-1 there for Doodles getting that. I think there's probably at least 1 or 2 fights that would have decided. I think on Mecha Base was 99-100, and then I think Downtown was the only one that really wasn't close to a 99-100. So, whew. I kind of lost my cool there at the end. I probably just woke up all my roommates with that one at the end. And but totally worth it. That was an insanely fun couple of points there to watch on the Hollywood. Really seeing Doodles come alive there. I mean, you saw the DPS from Blue Bits in a match going nuts there on that Mei Reaper. I think that Mei composition is really seeming to they're starting to notice that's going to be strong for them here. And we're going to see if that can translate over here to our 4th map here as we go towards Escort. And we're going to be stopping off at Dorado. Again, Doodles pick here for the map. And I'm interested to see if this is the right choice here for them. I mean, not that I'm playing all that much time anymore. I kind of was playing in Trank Season 3 and 4. But I always kind of remember this being one of my favorite maps to play D.Va on. point B, high ground's pretty nice thing to be taking there. So might be playing into Sipsty's favor on Royals there actually a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a bit difficult here for Doodles, to pick a map. There are other options where Gibraltar, which is probably even better.
Yeah, that's even better one.
and Junkertown, which doesn't really favor their brawl. So this is probably the best map that they could pick. And I definitely think that, Diva is really good on Dorado in general. But at the same time, rush comps are pretty good. But rush comps without a Lucio, I'm not a fan of those. I hope that they swap onto Lucio soon, but it seems like they'll be starting on the Batiste. The Doodles are. But maybe we could see a hold inside of the red building right next to the spawn with a Batiste. That'd actually be pretty deadly. Is that what they're gonna do?
Oh, look, they're going for it at least. If not, they're gonna be holding in a really weird spot that I'm not expecting. Oh, they might be doing just a fire strike right click. Well, I don't know. No, here comes the Baptiste, and the Zarya's going forward too. They might be trying something. They have the Junkrat trap up to there. It looks like, yeah, they might be trying that out. Different than the normal Red Room strat that we expect out of some teams here. Bluebit's going to be putting those forward, and Match going to be going into Red Room, actually. Going to be caught out by the Sombra, though, it seems. Gets hacked in the process. Oh, no! Match ends up falling there. Not expecting the Sombra there from Choo Choo. The Immortality Field trying to save, but not going to do enough there as this Rein Zarya composition from Royals going to come forward. They end up taking out the Reinhardt. Not enough sustain there. Going to be available. So, yeah, Rein Zarya from the Doodles not going to be able to sustain there. Sipsty taking some good positioning there onto that Diva. The res going to be available for Choo Choo, who does fall there to the Junkrat from Bluebits. And already the switch from Match from that Mei over to the Reaper. Trying to deal with this dive monkey composition.
Yeah, he's definitely been getting a lot of value on the Mei, but it's not going to do much into what Royals are running now. A new comp, going back their long-range hit scan, which I think has favored them so far.
It is. Your AC Choo Choo trying to be a nuisance there in the backline. Good job there from Blaine to end up blocking most of it. GLD, though, does take down Magsoul, so that's a lot of the heals. That's the immortality, even more important, gone there for the Doodles now. Ends up getting Blaine there as well. Bluebits, though, picking up a few of their own. Gonna have the tire as well, trying to hold this point as long as possible with the high charge Zarya as well. Lots of damage available on the cart for them. So gonna be waiting for this Reinhardt to come back, but they have some ultimates to deal with it if Royals decide to push in right away.
Yeah, good stabilization there from the Doodles, and they do still have some ultimates. They do have the Coalescence, but a very early Bob coming out from GLD. I'm not too sure about that one, but we can see Royals winning off the back of it.
Yeah, the Valkyrie going to be used in exchange. They're trying to help out with it, but Bob was pretty much melted right away. The Immortality does go down, but Ultimate's still online. Bluebit's going to open up here with the tire going behind Cart, looking for the Moira and the Diva. The Diva falling low from it, but not ending up dying just outside of the range from it. The Coalescence from Omi going to come through with an EMP going through, catching all 6 members of the Reinhardt, instantly dying. And, oh, a massive EMP there from Choo Choo. The rest of the members going to clean up for the Royals, but 2 minutes still taken off the clock. A pretty respectable first point hold there from Doodles, and a lot had to be invested there from Royals to win that.
Yeah, I'd say if I'm Doodles, I'm not too sad about losing the first point there because of how many ultimates I got out. There's only a bomb remaining, and GLD, he's already 70% to another Bob, after using it at the beginning of last fight. But that's just what happens sometimes. But now we can see this insanely aggressive hold. Wow. They don't want Cart to push even 10 meters. The Doodles, they're okay.
Oh, hey, well, they were going for the window fire strike. Doesn't catch any, but Bluebitine says, I'll use the window myself with that concussion blast, taking down GLD, who does end up getting res now. Gonna have that bomb almost falling in the trap. In this insane position, he's still being held up here. The bomb coming forward, that's gonna push Doodles back a little bit now, but Match ended up picking up the Sombra there. And 4 big ultimates, almost about to be 5 available for Doodles as they continue to hold here. GLD has fallen twice there. The Bob there did take out Match at the end, so the shield break wasn't available for part of that fight, and that's why Doodles could hold close. They're going to give up some space now after they ended up losing that Reaper, worried about that dive that's going to come in, but going to hold in even another highly aggressive position.
Yeah, still 5 ultimates online here for the Doodles. They're looking really good this fight, but maybe some well-used ultimates could have Royals win.
It is. They had to use their Mortality Field in that fight. Bluebits, though, using the tire, picking up 2 in the D-Mech, and that's just go time for the rest of the Doodles. They threw Shatter in that fight there as well with the Coalescence, so 3 ultimates used, but a couple big ones left for them, but they got to be careful. Royals have 4 ultimates of their own, getting close to that EMP as well, which won them that first point A. So gonna see if the grab can come through up to Sips T to try to eat that there. The Immortality Field from Magsoul, or sorry, there is no defensive ultimate available for the Royals to deal with it. They have double support ults, but none really gonna be strong enough to get them through a Death Blossom grab combo.
Yeah, Royals, they almost have the 6-pack online. Looking really good this fight, but an early grab Blossom might help Doodles stay alive on point B a little bit longer. But Choo Choo's already setting up for the EMP here. And
here it comes. EMP bomb! Oh my goodness, perfectly executed. EMP bomb coming out. Sips T picking up 3 again. I do remember correctly, this is a fun map to play D.Va on. It's Sips T picking up 4 in the fight. The Immortality trying to save the healers there from the Doodles, but they're going to end up falling in the end. But, I mean, Doodles still have 1:52 left here. They're going to be able to recontest, and they still have a lot of ultimates to win this fight with.
Oh yeah, this is going to be another ult fiesta. We saw this at the end of last map. We're going to see another one of those fights where there's going to be a lot of ultimates spammed everywhere. You know, we got 4 ultimates on the side of Royals and 3 on the side of Doodles. And already a kill here for the Doodles. Looking good.
Very big pick. You see support ultimates coming out from Omi, who gets charged from Blade. Oh my goodness, another charge kill. It's been insane on this Reinhardt tonight. And they get to hold on to that grab and still win the fight here. So that is massive for the Doodles. They're going to have to combo that there with Bagel's ultimate. But good job there from the Royals, not investing too much, just using that Coalescence. So they're going to have the Primal, they're going to have the Bob as well as the Valkyrie. They can combo those together there, hopefully try to build up an EMP, but with only a minute left for them, that grab is definitely ultimate that you would have out of everything on board.
Yeah, it's definitely a good fight for the Doodles to win there. The Royals, they still have a lot of ultimates, and they're already going in with the Bob. They're using this consistently to engage, and it's getting a lot of value.
It is. That pulls out the Immortality Field, and they take down Blue Bits as well, who was getting pretty close to that tire, and Choo Choo picking up another one as well. It'll be interesting to see if the Doodles are going to just, look like they're just going to try to fall back here, not invest too much. Dire going to just hold on for dear life, not dying. Oh, so close. Oh, it ends up going down. There it is. And, not going to be able to contest too much longer, and wow, great job there. That Bob really opening the fight up for them. The Primal doing enough to contest it as well. So ultimates, though, still being saved from the Doodles. 1:46 for them. They got to basically win 2 fights here to hold here on the 3rd point Dorado, and 1:40 is a good amount of time, but Royals have got to be clean about these fights.
Yeah, they've got to win 2 in a row here, and the grab tire is online with no defensive ult or Immortality Field on the side of Royals. It's looking pretty good, but their Reaper is already hacked.
It is. Choo Choo been doing a great job and is already back on that EMP, and oh, Doodles pushing in with it. There's the grab. Picks up 4 or 5 members. I couldn't even tell because they were dead so quickly. And there you go from Dire. Great job there on the Zarya. The Reinhardt's able to get shattered back from that. They're going to have the Death Blossom tire online for them. And just a minute left now. Royal's going to have to make some switches for it. They're switching over to that Reinhardt now from the Winston, which is a good pick, I think. Going to be hard to match with them here. They're not going to be able to do the EMP shatter, but they still have the EMP bomb. And I'm sure they're going to be looking for that here.
Oh yeah, Choo Choo already setting up, but a great place trap there. Oh, you can try to
jump
jump over,
over
but it doesn't
it.
work.
Oh no! Blue Bits, fantastic placement there with the trap, and now they're still going to throw in the bomb regardless. It just misses on the side off the geometry match though. Picks up 16 at the end. GLD though in the back line, taking down Bagel as well, ends up trading out, and now it's going to have to be a reset for the Royals with a couple of members down here in Doodles. Holding very, very well, but really the tire and the bomb, the tire and the beat gonna be online here for them, but there's still that EMP online for the Royals.
This is looking very ominous for the Royals with low time, but Choo Choo, he has the EMP and he's already set up this time. I think he's gonna get it off, and that could be the fight winner if Maxwell does not counter it effectively.
And yeah, just gonna kind of push forward, I guess. Okay, the EMP gonna catch 2 members because most of the members kind of playing towards the spawn there for the Doodles. No picks coming through there. Maxwell's beat is able to sustain a few there. Good job there taking down GLD. And now the tire going through, picking up 2 members of the Royals. The DMAC going through there as well. And Doodles cleaning up here on the early push, but they gotta get these fights quickly. The respawns are gonna be coming in soon. The good charge, the double kill there from Bagel actually able to clean up at the end, and very closely held there on the 3rd point, basically just past the little door that closes for the Doodles, and a great hold for them, and they're looking in good shape here as they go on towards their attack.
Oh yeah, it's going to be incredibly stressful for Royals to hold third point if the Doodles do manage to push the cart there. But now we get to see Royals on defense. I think if I'm Royals here, I'm like, just go Ash Mercy.
Yeah.
Just go Ash Mercy. It's going to get a lot of value. It has been countered at points, but I think if you play far enough back, the Ash Mercy is going to get so much value for the Royals. I really hope they play it here because it's going to work out really well if they do. 3, 2, 1, and there it is, Ash Mercy. Oh, this is going to be really difficult for Doodles to fight through. They've struggled a bit with the Ash Mercy on Anubis, and I think this is like a pretty similar terrain to where the Ash Mercy is going to get a fair amount of value. So I'm hoping Doodles come up with the right answer here. I'm not sure what the right answer is. Maybe they want to commit to a hit scan, or maybe they just want to stick with the full brawl and just try to run over the tanks of Royals, but they've got to figure out something, man. Otherwise, this Ash Mercy is going to be really troublesome for them this round.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how that Mercy scrambles there, splits his time between Choo-Choo on the Pharah for the first time we've seen tonight. We do see that dive kind of defense there over with the Winston, going to be holding close there with that Pharah, and that Ryan Zari composition, they're going to have a little bit of trouble without having any hit scan here to deal with this. We'll see if they make any swaps with that right away, and they're going to keep pushing through here, letting the Pharah put a little bit of damage in. But we'll see once this engage comes through with the Monkey, who's going to fall on the point now and do their first time contesting. GLD, though, getting the pick there onto the Junkrat. No Mercy Pocket even needed right now. That Pharmacy putting in lots of work there in the backline. You see Choo-Choo already up to 70% on the ult. And Sipsty, a good job there taking out the Moira, but now they don't have the Monkey to really contest Cart too much longer, so it's going to be hard for them to keep applying pressure and presence at the same time. They're going to be getting some of these pokes in, but the Cart going to kind of progress through here for them. Good pick on the match from GLD to go through. Getting another one as well. GLD, no mercy for them, and still building up to that Bob already. Both DPS ults available for them.
Yeah, I don't entirely hate this from the Doodles, though. They're just pressuring points so hard, and they already forced out the Bob, but this is looking really good here for the Royals as Choo-Choo takes out 2 with a barrage. Oh, man.
Those are some quick DPS ults. Those are pretty quick. Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of what's happening when you can take advantage of those high grounds like that. It's tough there for Doodles to decide how are you going to deal with this. Are you going to try to shield off a lot of this Ashe that's coming through? Or are you going to try to shield off some of the Pharah? Still sticking with the Ryan Zari composition, but Bluebits is going to go over to the Ashe now. Going to try to deal with Choo-Choo a little better. You see already sitting in the backline here waiting for it. Knows that they're behind somewhere. A good position there from Choo-Choo. Going to pressure it out right away. And it's a 2-shot there from the Rockets. That's tough to beat. And Choo-Choo just going to be sitting on the ground behind them, putting in this damage. Really good split comp there for them as from the backline, but not contesting the cart too much. Going around through the back, you see the Nano going out there onto the Winston now. They have to use the beat drop just to sustain through it. Now the Winston using that Primal Rage, doing their best to go through. Sipsty throwing out the bomb now over top of point, going to give them a bit of space. Not able to pick up any, but zoning out the side of the Doodles and spreading them apart, letting them get picked off one by one. That's 2 picks though, coming through there from Doodles. They have to use the Resurrector to keep Choo-Choo back in. And now, Match going to throw out the Death Blossom, picks up 2 kills, I think, in that fight. Yes, and now Royals going to do their best to contest as long as they can, but the point going to flip over now from Doodles, and that point presence from that Brawly comp was enough to let them push through a lot of that poke that they had on the side of Royals, and 4 minutes left for them is still a pretty substantial time bank.
Royals are playing very, very well on the whole. I think that they played that fight pretty well, and I thought they were going to win it for a long time there, but Doodles are just so clutch. This Reaper pick is getting a lot of value, and Doodles are getting these long, drawn-out fights, and that's exactly what they need. Maybe more target focus is necessary for the Royals, but something needs to stop Doodles' momentum here.
Match almost getting caught out. They're going to be looking to see if Choo-Choo can get the barrage kills here that they need to win this fight. Good high ground positioning from all of the Royals around top. The cart progressing. The Ana kind of alone there on Choke. Getting the sleep, though. Oh, my goodness. On to Bagel. That was an impressive sleep. And now, go time here for Terrain. Going to go in, progress the cart a little bit. Choo-Choo in the backline, trying to deal with the Ashe solo down. There it is. The Ashe ends up falling. GLD taking down 1 there on the Lucio, and with Match falling as well. No ultimates even really going to have to be used here from the Royals to resurrect, bringing that Ana back alive for them. And yeah, Royals going to win that one really cleanly.
Yeah, it's very difficult for Doodles to deal with both the Pharmacy and the Ashe here, with only an Ashe with no pocket of their own. It's a very tough task for Blue Blitz, and I don't blame him for not having the ability. Like he can't quite deal with the Pharah every time because he doesn't have somebody to pocket him when the Pharah pressures him out. But the Pharah is getting the pocket from scrambles, so it's a very uphill battle for Blue Blitz every fight. I kind of feel for him, but we do see the Graviton Surge here for Doodles. That might be enough.
It is the Bob from GLD going to go on to point, and Choo Choo there going to go in as well. A great DM there from Sips T to protect through on the some of the damage coming through and getting a couple of big picks there. That's what they needed. Ultimate's still going to be saved there. Doodles not investing into that fight. I think they used the Coalescence and that was it. So that's an ultimate you can get back there pretty easily. But yeah, to touch more on what you were saying there, I've always tell people you can't just expect all the time one person to be able to take down a pharmacy. I mean, that's 2 heroes against 1. Not always the best at math, but doesn't always end up working in that favor there. But they're going to stick there with the Reaper and the Ashe still. They have the Lucio still going as well. They're going to take a different approach, though.
I love this. I love this rotation.
That's a great rotation. Taking a lot of space there away from the Pharah. And as they come around to point now, the bubble's being used. The Ashe going to sit on the high ground there from Bluebeam to try to deal with this. But there's the Nano Boost onto the Moira in the back line. No protection available. The beat drop just missing there from Magsoul. And Royals gonna clean up 2 easy picks there. They throw out the grab actually too from Diaphragm, trying to still win this fight. They do kill the Winston from it, but no other blue in the kill feed as Royals gonna continue holding there.
Yeah, you know how I said I love that rotation? I don't love that rotation. I thought they were going to high ground, but they were not going to high ground. They really need to go high ground this next fight because they still played into the kill box of Royals there. The Ashe was on one high ground, the Pharah on the other. You can't do anything unless you go high ground here if you're Doodles. So I really hope they go high ground this fight. They have the ult to pull this off. Royals, they have the bomb, which has been getting too much value this whole series because Sips T is so good. They have GLD, who's been using his bobs really early, consistently, and getting a lot of value as well. And they have the Valkyrie. It's going to be a very uphill battle, but Doodles are not out yet.
It is, and we're going to see what goes in. There's the Bob to contest card a little bit as Choo Choo getting dynamited here in the back. Going to throw out the barrage right in their face, actually. Picks up 2 with it, and Magsoul ends up falling there to the bomb as well from Sips T. So everything thrown in from the side of Royals. A few ultimates used from Doodles, but with only 13 seconds left, it's going to be just a race to see if they're able to contest on point again. They switch over to the Tracer to go in. They might be able to touch. Gonna depend if the speed boost is able to pick them through. The Zarya is going around the corner. Gonna bubble, and just touches at the end. The Tracer end up touching there as well. They have this Death Blossom if they're able to get it off here. The Monkey holding on to point. Gonna disengage, but all of this high ground that's available here for the side of the Royals might come in big for them, and there it is. They're not even gonna they're gonna fall down with just a meter left there. The res coming up there on the Choo Choo ends up falling from the Death Blossom, and a couple of the members solo there from Doodles trying to deal with this as best as they can, but Royals doing a good job just kind of holding around point, but no! That one's an actual C9. Oh my goodness. Royals just falling off for just a second. They're still gonna invest also. The fight's already over.
I don't like that Bob one bit, Booth. This is not looking good for the Royals. 10 seconds left. Doodles just showing off how clutch they are. They've been so clutch all series, and they continue to be clutch. On the very last fight, their series almost over. Doodles clutch it. Oh my god, that was so good. And now they have Graviton Surge plus Pulse Bomb for this next fight.
Oh my goodness, they do.
There's no defensive ult. Oh, Doodles, they're looking so good to win this map.
Oh, this is going to be big for them to see what they can get out of here. There's the Valkyrie that's going to come out there from scrambles right away. Sips T solo in the front. There's the grab, comes forward, catches a few. The Pulse Bomb in, picks up 2, 3 actually. But Choo Choo going to pick up 1 there in the fight at the end. And there's the Primal 2, GLD 2. Oh my god, GLD picks up 2 picks there. The Primal Rage coming through, just stalling out on point. GLD going to keep shooting from the top, trying to pick up this Reaper, who ends up falling. That's 3. Going for the 4th now, trying to pick out this Moira. The Winston though, the spawns are back in too. Oh my goodness, the ground Pulse Bomb isn't enough so far. Royal's going to continue pushing on point here with just 20 seconds left.
I'm stunned. I thought that was over. I thought it was over. I thought Doodles were going to win the map, but they have the Death Blossom. Match has been so good so far with these Death Blossoms and on the Reaper in general. This might be enough to turn it.
There it is, coming through the bubble. Have to go through to block off some of this damage. They're going to get the touch here on the point. The bubble letting Match get even further. You see Blaine getting solo with a Sips T bomb and coming over top now, looking to find 2. And it does! Both of the tanks falling on the side of the Doodles. Royals standing on point, tall and strong, with an unbelievable 3rd point hold there as the overtime clock ticks away. Royals gonna somehow come out on the other side here, winning here on Dorado and taking the series 3-1.
You know, Booth, I don't have a webcam, but my jaw has dropped for the past 3 fights. I am
my
I am
gosh.
stunned by what I'm seeing. And it's not that I'm stunned because it's bad. I'm stunned because this has been it's a roller coaster. That was a roller coaster of emotions. That last
Oh.
map, that attack from Doodles, it seemed like it was over. So at like multiple points, and then it finally was because the Royals just clutched so incredibly hard with another Sips T bomb. You know,
Oh,
that's
my
such a
goodness.
great note to end the series on. If you're the Royals, you know, Sips T, he's been getting so many big bombs this whole series, and to finish it off with a 2K. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This was an incredible match. Despite it being a 3-1, you know, I think some people might misinterpret that if they just read a
Totally.
scoreline. You know, Royals, I'd say the most one-sided map was Anubis, where Royals looked pretty good. But the past 2 maps have both come down to one fight.
Yeah.
And Doodles looked so good on map 1 too. This was a great performance by the Doodles, despite
Oh
a
my
Royals
goodness.
win.
I mean, I'm gonna go spam the Discord channels with people need to tune in to watch this one because that was one of my favorite matches I've been able to watch this season here so far. Let alone cast, that was a fantastic one. I mean, I don't even know where to begin on calling out some of how well these players were doing here tonight. I mean, it seems like almost a totally different game that we saw in the beginning versus at the end. I mean, obviously, I think GLD ended up being a big factor in the success for the Royals tonight, coming in after map 2 there on the Ash, and you saw how strong Ash is. We're recording this on Friday the 18th, and the Ash, a couple of nerfs I think we saw there on the experimental card, so maybe needed. You're seeing how dominant that Ash can be there, but I mean, you could pick any team here, look across at how well some of these players did. I think Blue Bits and Match really showed up for the Doodles there at the end. Magsol had some fantastic beats for them. As well as Blaine, I think, did a great job there on the Reinhardt. We saw the grabs coming out from Dyer that were huge for him. That grab pulse at the end was insane. But you got to give it up to the Royals. Sips T showing off why they could play Diva on all 4 maps and succeed while they did. Choo Choo did a great job tonight on that Sombra as well. And I think Scrambles as well played that Lucio. Had a couple of really big beat Drox, Omi, and Bagel Friend kind of matching on those Moiras really well. So shout out there to both teams. That was quite a match to watch. But again, respect there to the Royals. Gonna take that one 3-1, go 5-1 here, get that first win there into stage 1. But Doodles, no team to bark at there, looking incredibly strong just as well.
That was, yeah, I couldn't have put it better. All these players played so well. You know, it was especially like some star performances from some of the players that you mentioned. This was an incredible match. This was I don't know what else to say. I'm still stunned over what happened in that map 4. If you are just tuning in or you're skipping through the VOD, please watch this whole thing back.
Please.
Because even if you know the results, that does not take away from how great that these maps were. Maybe skip Anubis, but the rest were so good. The rest were so good. Well, actually, no, watch Anubis too. Watch Royals' attack on Anubis. The 2-minute stall. Oh, sorry, I spoiled it. But that was this was such a good series. This was such a good series, and I love this format where we get to see Group A. It's like the clash of the Titans, the best teams, and we get to see these great matches like Royals, Doodles. And I think we have some great matches next week as well. I'm not entirely sure what they are.
Yeah, well, for both of these two teams, the remaining 2 in their pool for them are Modify and Phantasmal. Modify not dropping a map, I believe, so far. So, big opponent ahead for both of these people. A real quick shout out to our schedule next week. Depending on when you're watching the VOD, our schedules over on twitch.tv/OW Tranquility is that on Tuesdays we feature our Harmony tier feature match of the week. On September the 22nd, it's going to be Delta Fret versus the Miami Yikes. Then on Wednesday, we record our Transcendence tier match, which is going to be broadcasted then on Friday. I need to quickly see who that is. I believe we just picked that one out, and I think that one's going to be Good Boys versus Requiem, I believe. Yes, Good Boys versus Requiem is going to be broadcasted on Friday of that week. And then on Thursday, make sure you're here to see Lightspeed versus Prodigious. And then a week from now, you should be seeing Battalion and Flying Lions being the YouTube featured match. So a lot of real close ones. A lot of those teams being the top teams in their tier. So a lot to look forward to. But also, don't forget, tune into Monday for the Iris podcast. We have a couple always fun things planned out. I think this is depending on the date you're watching this. So the next one, I'm pretty sure, is one of the ones I have to eat some spicy food for some of the takes I took at the beginning of the season, which didn't go my way, of course. So make sure you're tuning in for there as well. But tonight, I have been Booth. I've been your play-by-play and your producer. And then on Analyst, we've had our good friend Needle. Needle, anything else you want to take us out with?
Just shout out to you for managing to do play-by-play and what's it called? Observing and producing all at the same time. Just shout out to you, man. You did this. This was incredible.
Well, thank you. Well, I couldn't have picked a match I'd rather do it for than this one here this season. That was totally worth it there at the end. But for Booth and Needle, we have been Overwatch Tranquility, signing out.